Hey guys, welcome to my new YouTube channel. I'm Shash-Wat. Today I'll be reviewing the Samsung Galaxy S20. Before we move on, if you like what you see, please subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified whenever I put a new video. Let's get started. Let's talk about the built-in design. Like all the past Samsung Galaxy flagships, this also sports a glass sandwich design. This time around having both corning Gorilla 6 to the front and back. Towards the bottom there's a primary speaker, Type-C port and the primary mic. Towards the right side there's volume rockers and the power button. At the top we have a earpiece which doubles as a secondary speaker, a hybrid SIM slot and secondary noise cancellation mic. Towards the back we have a triple rear camera, flash, noise cancelling mic and Samsung branding to the bottom. This has got IP68 water and dust resistant as well. After all this going on, Samsung has managed to keep the weight just above 160 grams, which is really light. And we can also say that Samsung has nailed the ergonomics. I really like the compact design on this one. Let's talk about the display. This Samsung Galaxy S20 has a 6.2-inch Quad HD Plus dynamic AMOLED display which refreshes at 120Hz. Let's face it, Samsung makes the best panels in the industry, and this panel goes as bright as 1200 nits, so there should be no issues in viewing in the direct sunlight. There's one good thing about this phone, that this unlike the other past Samsung Galaxy flagships, the display in this is quite flatter. I prefer it that way. It just makes holding and using this phone way better than the past phones. There is one issue. Unlike the Oneplus 8 Pro launched newly, this Samsung Galaxy S20 doesn't let you use 120Hz on 1440p. I guess it should be some battery saving problem, but I would prefer it that way. I would rather take that smoothness over battery, because this actually charges faster, so there should be no issue. Talking about the battery, this Samsung Galaxy S20 has a 4000 mAh battery, and with the included 25 watt fast charger, this can go from 0 to 100 within 1 hour and 10 minutes. This also supports 15 watt fast charger. With the 120Hz turned on, this cannot give you a full day. You'll have to plug in your phone around 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the night, depending upon your usage. But when you turn on the 60Hz, it can last you easily for 1.5 days, and I wouldn't rather do that, because I would take a hit in the battery life for that extra smoothness. In India we get the Exynos 990 version. Depending upon your region, you might even get a Snapdragon 865 version. In the normal day-to-day uses, this phone feels very snappy. The RAM management done is excellent, but while playing games you might face a little stutter and lag. And while comparing the gaming performance and the battery performance to the Snapdragon version, the Snapdragon version gives 30% better gaming performance and at least 30 to 40% better battery life, and the Snapdragon version doesn't tend to heat up. The Exynos version heats a lot. Talking about the audio on this is really great. There's great instrument separation, deep bass and rich sounds, and this is how the audio sounds like in S20. The headphone jack on this one is dead. Unlike the S10 which had the headphone jack, now the S20 series also doesn't have a headphone jack. Let's talk about the cameras. The main sensor on the Samsung Galaxy S20 is a 12 megapixel with f1.8 aperture. The secondary ultra wide angle camera is at 1 megapixel and at f2.2 aperture. At third, the telephoto camera is at 64 megapixels and has a f2.0 aperture. It can go up to 3x hybrid zoom and 30x space zoom. The selfie camera is at 10 megapixels and has an f2.2 aperture. When looking at the camera samples, the picture come out well exposed, sharp with ample details. It has great dynamic range, and the color parity between the three lenses is being maintained with no noticeable differences in color shifting. The selfies turn out to be sharp. Unlike last year's Samsung Galaxy S10, where the selfies were soft, This year the processing has been done great, with perfectly exposed background. Looks like Samsung has been listening to us. It's not only the front camera, but also the rear camera, where in the past the cameras were over sharpening, the images had saturated colors, but now they are close to natural and very little saturation. I just love the way Samsung has been processing their image. You can take full resolution 64 megapixel pictures when given enough light. The picture turn out sharp, but make sure not to use them in indoor lighting or in the night time. Speaking about night, the cameras takes amazing shots in night with the night mode. Results are mind blowing both in the front and back camera. Now coming to the videos, Samsung takes the best videos when it comes to the Android side. But still iPhone is the king in video recording. The clarity, stabilization, smoothness, color reproduction, audio and noise cancellation, everything is best in class. Now Samsung has included Pro Video mode, which is cherry on the top. This camera can record up to 8K at 24 frames per second. 8K is all cool, but it has its quirks. Like the autofocus isn't great, the video isn't stabilized, and these 8K videos takes up a lot storage. 8K isn't perfect yet, but it's a step in right direction. This is how the video looks like when recorded in super steady mode. This is how the video looks when recorded in 1080p 60 frames per second. This is how the video looks when recorded at 4K 60 fps. So this is how the video looks when recorded at 1080p 60 fps with the selfie camera. So this is how the video looks like when recorded at 4K 60 fps with the selfie camera. After the recent GST hike in India, now the Samsung Galaxy S20 is priced for 70,500 rupees. And for this, there's a lot of things going on. If you want one of the best displays in the market, if you want one of the best camera setups, that compact design and the Samsung branding, please by all means go buy the S20 because it's one of the best devices I've ever used. But if you want better performance, better battery life, better fast charging, fast wireless charging, and you don't mind taking the hit on the camera performance, then by all means please wait for the OnePlus 8 Pro, because that thing in my opinion has better price to spec comparison when you compare to the Samsung Galaxy S20. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the phone. With this I come to the end. If you like what you saw, please like, share, subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified whenever I put a new video. Till then, stay home, stay safe, see you in the next one.